Hi, I'm Alex Rodriguez, a product manager here at Cavallo. For any sales organization that works with inventory, it's critical to understand how much you have available to sell and fulfill on your orders. So today, I'm going to show you how you can use Cavallo to always know what's available in your warehouse. To demonstrate, let's take a look at an order I entered earlier. We can see on this order that I'm trying to sell about 200 of my Athens desks and 200 mobile pedestals. So we've already entered how much we want to sell, but the next thing we need to figure out is, can we actually fulfill these right now? To do so, let's head over to our quantity allocated column. If I click in here, I get a quick view of what's on hand in my warehouse, what I've allocated to other lines or orders in my system, and checking the difference between those two, what I have available to sell right now. We can see that since I have 251 available and I'm trying to sell 200, I've got plenty. I can sell this line easily and fulfill it. If I go down here and take a look at the pedestal, the situation is not so great. I'm trying to sell 100 of these. We've got 84 of them in the warehouse, but we also have 40 of them allocated to other orders. So we really only have 44 that we can fulfill here. That information is really immediately useful for me because I can tell right now I've either got to sell less to this customer, I've got to purchase these or replenish these in some other way, or I've got to go take some of these from some other orders. So now that we've looked at the visibility for the allocations, we can actually allocate these lines ourselves so we can make sure that this inventory is locked into these orders and can't be used for other orders. And we've got a lot of different ways we can do that. If we click back into that text box we were looking at, we can just key in the quantity that we want to allocate. And we've also got this button over here, which will quickly allocate as much as it can to this order. We've also got an option up in our Quick Actions menu to allocate inventory to all of the lines on this order. Or if we want to be a little bit more specific, we can select one or more of these line items and hit Allocate Lines down here. So those are all fine options for manually allocating inventory towards our orders, but we also support allocating our inventory through workflow so that we can make sure that it always happens at a certain step in the process. In my workflow, I've set this up so that when my documents are leaving new order and heading to the picking queue, I want it to automatically lock in the inventory for those orders now that we've finished populating the details. So I'll go ahead and do that now. All right, now that that's finished, we get a number of indications that our inventory has been allocated. Of course, we see the quantity allocated has been set to what was available for those lines. We've got a column here that tells us how allocated these lines are, so we can really easily see that we were able to fully allocate this first line, but only partially allocate this other one. And we also have a number of statuses up here that tell us that this order was partially allocated or if it was fully allocated or back-ordered. And those are great for visibility when we're coming to this document, filtering and mission control, or potentially routing and workflow. So we can conditionally route certain documents if they weren't able to be allocated to go get replenished. All that visibility here is great, but this visibility also extends out of this document to general product inventory. So if I jump on over to our products lookup now, I can see that each of my products has a clear indication of how much I have on hand, allocated, available, and back-ordered for that item. And if I go ahead and hover over any of these rows, I can see that information broken down by warehouse. So I can see that in my East warehouse, I have very little available now of that Athens desk we were selling. But if I need to in the future, I can sell out of the West or main warehouses to fulfill those orders. All right, and that's how we can use Cavallo's allocations to make sure that we can fulfill every order we take in our system. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to leave a comment down below if you've got any questions or any other tips and tricks you'd like to see in the future, and make sure to subscribe to the channel as well.